Why read the book of Revelation? I'm Sam Millen and I'm an Adventist pastor in the Pacific Northwest. Have you read Revelation recently? As I look at what's going on in the world around us, I often wonder, is this it? Is this the final crisis? The truth is, I don't know, and neither does anybody who claims to know. Many people will study Revelation because they want to figure out exactly what's about to happen. I came across these words written by Ellen White in 1901. They are found in Selected Messages, Volume 2, where she writes, "We are not now able to describe with accuracy the scenes to be enacted in our world in the future." There it is. Ellen White says we're not able to describe with accuracy what's about to happen. She continues, "But this we do know, that this is a time when we must watch unto prayer, for the great day of the Lord is at hand." It would be spiritual malpractice for me to look at what's going on around us and simply say, all is well, nothing to see here. I do believe we must be watching unto prayer, in Ellen White's words, to be prayerfully watching what's happening, because I do believe the great day of the Lord is at hand. And at the same time, it would be spiritual malpractice for me to engage in fear-mongering, become an alarmist, to borrow trouble, to create a time of trouble before the time of trouble. Why am I using these phrases? It is because I found them in Selected Messages, this time Volume 3, where Ellen White writes, "Many will look away from present duties, whether it's going to school or working, running errands, doing chores." She writes, "Many will look away from present duties, present comfort and blessings, and be borrowing trouble in regard to the future crisis. This will be making a time of trouble beforehand, and we will receive no grace for any such anticipated troubles." In order to prepare for what lies ahead, whether in our lives personally, in our community, or globally, I believe we need Jesus Christ. We need a revelation of Jesus Christ. And would you know it? Chapter 1, verse 1 begins this way. This is a revelation from Jesus Christ. That preposition from can also be translated of Jesus Christ. Both are true. This is a revelation of Jesus Christ. Well, many will skip over that first line and jump into the second, which says, so this is a revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show his servants the events that must soon take place. The future. Well, that word soon can also be translated as suddenly or quickly. So that second line could more accurately read, which God gave him to show his servants the events that must suddenly take place or quickly take place. And it reminds me of another line that Ellen White wrote, where she says the final movements or the final events will be rapid ones. I came across this book recently by Daniel Reno and Ian Howie. It is called Jesus, Not Beasts, Reading Revelation for Who Matters Most. Daniel and Ian were leading a Bible study group, and when the idea was suggested that they read Revelation, that they study Revelation together, some in the group were hesitant because they had experienced fear and dread in the past when reading Revelation or when listening to sermons from Revelation. And so they decided to take chapter 1, verse 1 as their approach to Revelation. It's all about Jesus. They write, "For many of us, the experience meant unlearning a lot of the preconceived ideas we had been taught and had taught to others ourselves. We shifted from the obligation of our having to understand the technicalities of this book if we were ever to survive the terrible ordeal facing God's people at the end of time, to discovering that the book taught us not fear, but trust and rest in Jesus' ability to see us through. As the Apostle John wrote, there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear. That's found in 1 John 4:18. Revelation is a love letter from God to us. It should generate peace, not fear. Our approach changed us, and the change was good. We love Jesus more for who he is, for what he has done, and for what he will do in the future. You see, Revelation isn't just about the future. It goes way into the distant past when there was war in heaven and how sin entered our world, and all the way through the ages, the plan of redemption, the present, and then when God makes all things right again, when God makes everything new, when God will be with his people, when the New Jerusalem will be right here on the new earth, because there'll be a new heavens and a new earth. Why read the book of Revelation? Because it's all about Jesus.